What do you like about Speedway racing, sir?
Oh, it's fast and there's a lot of action.
Terrific. Who's your favourite driver?
Book Tatnell.
Book Tatnell.
Oh, it's the fast speed that they produce, the close racing, and the socialising of all the fans too.
Have you got a tip for us tonight?
I got a tip, Tatnell, no worries.
Oh, just the speed, the camaraderie.
Right. Do you have a favourite?
Oh yes, number 1, SA4, Trevor Green.
I think I like the characters and the drivers and the speeds they do. They're fantastic.
Right, you got a favourite?
Oh, probably Max Dumsey still,
Okay.
without a doubt.
What do you like about sprint car racing?
They're fast and good crashes.
You got a favourite?
Max. Yep, Max.
Good one. Thanks a lot. Do you like sprint car racing?
Yes.
What do you like about it?
When they do rolls over in the air.
All right, you got a favourite?
Max.
Welcome to round 10 of the $500,000 World Series Sprint Cars at Nyora Raceway in Victoria. Tight. You'd have to say busy little circuit. Big slick strip running right through the middle of it in this dash. It's going to get worse for the main, but it's going to bring out the driver in these guys. Trevor Green will start from pole, South Australia, Adrad number 4. Dumsney alongside him in the Valvoline 5. He starts from 2. From 3, Skip Jackson in the skilled engineering O'Brien Aluminium Jackson chassis. From 4, the O'Brien Aluminium Maxim of Peter Murphy. From 5, good result for the South Aussie, Peter Smith. And from 6, the Queenslander Nathan McDonald in the Fraser Shores car. Into turn 1, ooh, very loose then was Trevor Green, and Skip Jackson pounced straight through into second. Puts Green back to third. Well, Murphy was impeded a little as well. It's almost a case of stomp on the gas, down the straight, stomp on the brake pedal going into the corners. You've got to keep the car very straight. Well, Green back in the third spot now, steams up that right rear tyre. You can see just briefly a shot of flame will blast out of the headers. You know that's when the guys are getting off the gas. Look how straight Dumsney is here. No one wants to throw the car in, although Murph a little bit more sideways than most. The O'Brien Aluminium number 42 Maxim out of turn 4. There is Skip Jackson, the current points leader, and how. He's got a bag full of points up his sleeve after being very dominant in the first 9 rounds. Trevor Green, the South Aussie, in the top 3. Max Dumsney will be hurt this year by some appearances he has to make in NASCAR racing. Otherwise, he'd be a really strong contender for this championship. There he is, running the car on a knife's edge at the moment, trying not to break it loose, keeping the car straight. Out of turn number 4 is Goodyear Eagle Dash. Will take him to pole position in the big main event coming up shortly. Jackson, regarded as a slick track specialist, and that's as a result of his time not only with this series where you encounter so many different racing surfaces, but his experience in America is enormous. Dumsney takes the win, Jackson in second. In third is Trevor Green. In fourth, Peter Murphy. Back then to Peter Smith and Nathan McDonald. So Max Dumsney goes to pole position in the main event coming up shortly. Well, we're back doing the wing thing at Nyora in Victoria for the $500,000 World Series Sprint Cars Travelling Circus. And just look at this lineup. Some impressive talent. Max Dumsney on the pole, Skip Jackson alongside him. Trevor Green from 3. From 4, it will be Peter Murphy. From 5, Peter Smith. From 6, Nathan McDonald. And they are starting in the order they finished the Goodyear Eagle Stars Dash. Track is going to slick right off here. You can see Trevor Green about to move into position for the 4 wide. Looking back in the field, Brooke Tatnell is there. Danny Smith in the 88. Terry Bracken. With David Murcott. Darren Jensen in the 75. Brett Lacey in the 26. Good lineup of cars. We're set for a green. It's going to be a punishing event, this one. Round 10 of the $500,000 World Series Sprint Cars. Mike Van Bremen back in there as well. Everybody very sideways. It's a traffic jam and it's a dusty city coming out of turn number 2. Not from the racetrack, but from the infield. Everybody got a fair chunk of that just then. Going to come back to a restart. There is Tatnell in the Shell Helix car. Andrew Shirtley, I noticed there too, in the 95 Lucas Oils Maxim. Away we go, Jackson. Well, you would have thought pole position was the place to be, but he got the drag race and won the whole shot. Ooh, did you see Peter Smith shift Nathan McDonald out of the way? Out of turn number 4, onto the main straight. Jackson leads from Dumsney and Murphy. Back in the 4th spot is Trevor Green, Peter Smith, Danny Smith. Back then to Brooke Tatnell, Murcott, Lacey, Jensen. Back then to Shirley, Lambert, and Mike Van Bremen. Once again, we go yellow. And trouble for Terry Bracken by the looks of things on the main straight. Will Jackson get the hole shot again? Dumpty won't be caught napping this time. Away we go. Onto the main straight. Jackson pulls up even with Dumpty, but Max, oh, he got a push at the wrong moment. Jackson, and look at Peter Murphy on the outside. Trying for something, and we go yellow once again. Well, this is a tough order. You're starting up the front, trying to maintain a level of intensity. It's Chaz Calandro, the 33 Castrol Racing entry out of South Australia. Set for a start again. This battle of wits and battle of traction between Jackson and Dumpty is won by Skip Jackson. Well, at the moment, it is really slippery out there. Dumpty tries for a look on the inside. Jackson denies him. Murphy goes high. Brooke Tatnell should pick him up. In fact, Murphy will drop off a couple of spots there. Hung out to dry by some of the field. In fact, he's right up high trying for something different. Well, you've got to, don't you? Otherwise, you just sit in everyone else's tyre tracks. Is that Murcott coming forward? In the Tasmania 32, still Murphy wants to stay out in the marbles. Let's hope it comes to him. Look at the traffic we've got to contend with later on here. Murcott and Danny Smith. Smith looks to the inside of Murcott, should pick him up. The Indiana native out of the USA is going to have a lot of slit track experience. In fact, more than anybody else out here. Lacey goes to the inside on Peter Smith and the Spies Hecker 33. Danny Smith going forward. Picks up Murphy. They start out of position number 4 and Murph has faded well back, trying to use the outside groove. Unfortunately, it hasn't come to him. Oh, trouble here. It's Anthony Lambert, the Club Crocodile, number 77. Will go yellow here too, I fancy. We do. And Trevor Green going past the situation. Not a very big racetrack. Peter Murphy in trouble. Going to the infield. So Jackson will lead them away. Defending World Series Sprint Cars champion Brooke Tatnell goes to the top. Danny Smith is coming forward. That dust isn't coming from the track, it's coming from the infield when they run over it. Here comes Brooke Tatnell. Wow. Have a look at that for the ultra low line. Everybody down there just scrabbling for some traction. Danny Smith, a good look on the inside of Tatnell. He needs to be careful there. Dumpney in the second spot. Trevor Green in third. Tatnell, Smith, back then to Murcott. Here comes Danny Smith, trying for something different. He's got to be careful. When he's going out wide like that, he's got to come right out of the throttle. If he stands on the gas, he'll just light the tyres up and go backwards. That or his tail will beat the front end into the corner. You can see Murcott's got some damage to the front wing. The front wing just placed diagonally across the bonnet of the car won't be helping the handling a great deal. Here is Skip opening up quite a commanding advantage, but he knows he's got to get a move on, because lap traffic could play a part in this. Certainly with only one real way around, it's going to do just that. Danny Smith dropped off the tail a little bit now. See back in the field, Andrew Shirley trying to go forward. Here comes your leader, Skip Jackson, running through that black strip. Now what will happen with this racetrack, as this race wears on, the drivers will start to lay rubber down. What was originally a very slippery situation will all of a sudden start to bite the right rear tyre. The more rubber that they put down, the more you'll start to see the right rear smoking. There is Max being conservative with the rubber. You can't afford to stand on the gas too early. Just buzz the tyres and spin around. And that looks like what's happened coming out of turn number 4. We're going yellow. Not sure who the offending party is on this situation. It's Anthony Lambert again at the Club Crocodile 77. Back at the restart. Back straight. Past the witch's hat. Jackson leads them away. No real change in the top 4. The guys bouncing across the infield, just trying to find some drive somewhere. And Skip, it's quite amazing to see how twitchy these cars are in this situation. Brooke Tatnell way down low. Danny Smith still trying to work the outside groove. He dives down inside this time. What a sweet move from Danny Smith. Oh, just as it happens, it goes yellow. So lap scorers will take the positions for the previously recorded lap. Brett Lacey spun out. Well, Lacey with a lot of experience on slick tracks as well. Something must have happened there. Well, poor old Danny Smith, who would seem to have timed his move beautifully, goes back to the previously recorded lap and one position further back. So the pass on Tatnell doesn't count. Dole onto the main straight. Here comes Shirley, looking to the inside on Murcott now. Nathan McDonald, see, look at the dust through the corner there. That's going to get your attention. There's no one out there that's a stranger to any sort of pressure. There is Skip. I hope you get a shot of him coming back in the corner like that. Look at the guys off the gas, on the infield, laying over the right rear. Where do we find traction? Now watch Skip here. As he comes onto the main straight, we'll watch the jumpsy, so unfortunately we won't get a look at it, but Skip is just so smooth in the slick. Brooke back in the 4th spot. Green adding more and more laps to a promising career in the Adrad Freightmaster, number 4. Onto the main straight. Gee, look at the gap Skip's opened up. Of course, all these restarts, what they're doing is they're providing Skip with an opportunity to have a clear track in front of him every time. You either look at that as a positive or a bonus on a hooky track. You don't mind lap traffic on a slick place here, but there's really only one fast way around. Having a huge amount of restarts and getting the traffic out of your way every time is working to Jackson's benefit. 2 of the Queenslanders there. Darren Jensen and the Valvoline Waseco Serco 75, just ahead of the Titan Garages Australian Roller Doors 36 Maxim of Terry Bracken. Well, Bracken muscles his way past. A lot of times you got to worry here now, who's got any rubber left? Sure, you might still have the tyre bolted on, but is it doing any good? Lucas Oil's number 95 Maxim of Andrew Shirley. It's so nice to see so many Queenslanders running the series this year. Probably the downside of that is I imagine it's decimating their ranks in Queensland, their domestic competition with so many of their exciting talents running the National Series. Danny Smith coming back at Brooke. Danny Smith. Well, there's still some bite left in this place. The Indiana native and the Carline Mufflers Diecrest 88 Harrower Brothers car getting some bite from Nyora when it appears there's none left. I wonder if he'll do it again. Probably not. I think he found the plum spot there. Andrew Shirley starting to come forward. Queenslander in car number 95. He started back in position 14. So Shirley coming forward and doing a nice job. Laps must be starting to dwindle. And here is Skip Jackson in full command. Skilled Engineering, O'Brien Aluminium, number 7 Jackson car. Coming up now to lap Van Bremen. Probably doesn't want to mess around with traffic too much. Chaz Calandro with no front wing just up ahead. The only way to go is through on the inside. Look at that. Well, I think Van Bremen might have seen the lapping flag because almost obligingly got out of the way, but Skip didn't waste any time, did he? Onto the main straight, Dumsney. Long way back. This has been a one-horse race. There's Max in the 2nd spot, hanging on at the moment just for the percentages game. Trevor Green in the 4 car. Brooke Tatnell. Danny Smith. Man responsible for that nice wheelie coming out of turn number 4 earlier on. Shirley has done a nice job too. On tracks like this, it's where you see the driver's driver come through. A lot of throttle control required. There's that flame blasting out the side to tell you when Dumpsy's just jumped off the gas. Momentarily, of course. The man who dabbles in NASCAR and sprint car racing and has, of course, worked with touring car racing in the past. Started off his career in motocross. He moved into Formula 500s where he tasted 2 national crowns. Then into the sprint cars. He's a national sprint car champion. Won that title in 1991 in Tasmania. Jackson has never tasted that champagne, but he's been close. Maybe this year will be his year. Looking to go back-to-back with the World Series crown. And of course, the 1997 Knoxville track champion in Iowa in the USA. Also won a couple of races in South Dakota in the USA this year as well. Well, it's a one-horse race. Dumpney with Calandro just up ahead of him has never really been close enough to do anything. And even if he was, what was he going to do to pass Skip? They're right off the gas. This is amazing stuff here. Hard on the pedal down the straights and just idling through the corners. Calandro still just up ahead of Max. You got to be delicate with that. Sometimes it seems you got to blast through the traffic. 1 lap left to go. On other occasions like this, you got to be so gentle you don't spin someone out. Coming up to lap Brett Lacey is Skip Jackson. It's been another soul-destroying win as far as the opposition are concerned for Skip Jackson. He takes the win from Max Dumpty in 2nd. Good drive from Max. 3rd, long way back to him. There he is, Trevor Green in the Adrad Freightmaster number 4. Whoa! Danny Smith having a good look on the inside. Don't think that he got him.
Australia number 4 car.